This is our latest live show we've ever done. Jason and I decided, hey, let's try and see who's up this late at night besides us. So it is a nighttime show, and we are here commenting and watching at the same time. So if you have questions, anything about pearls, let us know. This is our show number 7. 7. We've done a lot this time around. It's been different. What we decided for this set of pearl shows was each one will be really short, to the point, and we had one speed set. And so that was a couple days ago. So you can see our speed run show replay on Facebook, or you can see it on YouTube. And that shows every single pearl that we had, well, minus the ones that sold out. So I'm so happy you can be here to see our gold and brown pearls today. Yay! Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is show you some metals. Jason picked 5 different metals that we think go really well. And so while I'm doing that, I'm going to give you a quick overview of all the gold and brown pearls. Then we'll talk a little bit more about the colors. Should I do a speed run of the gold and brown and then we go slowly through it, Jay?
Sure.
All right, so we will do that. Here is the 383. Very, very cute. Here is the 364. These are cute. They're like gold nuggets. And I'm just showing them to you with all the metals. This is a nice lemony yellow nugget.
One of my favorites.
And then a dark gold. Oh, you know what's so nice? These 4 look good. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this one would you call a little, it's kind of like an M&M / nugget because it's got a round, squished little body. Then we have this olivey gold. That's pretty. A little bit more of a lima yellow gold. And then we have this dark. This was a hot seller in the speed run. This one flew out the door. So we'll be showing you these last 2. Then in the darker browns, the chubby rice. Its little sister that's a little bit skinnier. We have a coppery gold thick nugget. That is amazing. We can do a split sale if you don't need a whole one. That's a little bit bigger. These small little coins, that one you'll probably want one for your whole self by yourself. Then we have like a cherry red semi-round. So beautiful. A larger dark potato. And this one. This is so pretty. I'll get into the details on that. Why don't we start with those since they're right out here with me, Jay? I want to start with the one that I have one left because I really love it. This is SCSP 380. SCSP 380. Okay. And we put these metals in the show, so I'm just going to go over it really quickly to explain why. Sometimes when you're working with a brown color or a brown pearl, I like it. I actually don't like to mix things too much. The brown pearls go with everything, but if you want to give a gift or wear something simple, then brown is the most earthy color that just goes with everything. Sorry, these beads are, there's so much nacre on them that they're very heavy. So the first one I'm going to show you is the small nugget M677. M677 is a very bean-like shape. You can go ahead and string it as a focal on your bracelet, or you can just use it as a statement. So you could just put just one as a focal on a bracelet or a necklace. We like it. It is nice and heavy. It's $1.75. So that is M677. So I'm just going to go over some of the metals to show if you want to just put one as a focal, we have these. Now, everything I'm showing you in the metals here is very limited, super duper limited, old stock. Some are made in the USA, like these 3, and these 2 are not. These 2 we cannot get again. We might be able to get these. We just had them for years and years. So Jason's like, oh, let's bust those out because they're practical but pretty. Okay, so this was M677. And I paired that if you wanted to. Oh, you know what else this looks good with? I'll show you in a second. These are the tiny gold clovers, M1062. They're very tiny. I think that they are, let me measure it really quick for you. If you don't have calipers, everybody needs one. This is almost 3 millimeters. That is so sweet. It's 4-sided, so there's 4 dots on it, which makes it really fun to use. So it's not like your typical flower daisy spacer. So you would use them, you can use them stacked on top of something if you want to do like the head pin handle, or you can use them in between the pearls as a tiny, delicate little spacer. So that one is M1062. Now, M1062 is probably super cute with something like this, SCSP 387. They are like cherry brown. So you could string this in between. So you could just do this every other between a strong pearl color, and it'll separate it out. It's very nice and enhancing. Do you like using teeny spacers or big spacers between your beads?
Me?
Yeah.
Depends on the bead. It depends on how much texture I want to put on the bead.
How much you want to show, in between.
Exactly. So if I don't want to show a lot of the spacer, I'll do some fun.
Or if the bead's really nice, then I want to use less spacer.
Yeah, that's why I showed you guys the Clover 4. If you want a little bit more texture than these guys right here.
Clover, so tiny. Here is a sample with the clover. There. So it is between these lampwork beads, just to show you how you can see it. It gives definition, but it's tiny. Okay, number 3 in our metals is M1819. Why did I bring that out? Because it fits on leather. Check it out. So if you have large holes in your pearls and you want to do like a simple necklace, like a leather necklace, you want to do something with a larger pearl, I'm going to tie this one in. Then you can use it with something like this in between. So you can put a larger pearl, drill the hole out, and you can string like 5 of these on leather. Oh God, that'd be so nice. And then you can use some of these brass spacers on the side. Oh, that would look so good. And you can knot between it. I love it. That is M1819. You get 7 pieces for $6. The detail on them is nice too. Let me just hold it up so you can see. Okay. Now this pearl here is SCSP 393. SCSP 393. Nice big potatoes. Dark brown. With a burgundy, coppery, even green in there. So that is the big potato. If you want to split it, if they're not sold out as full strands and you want to split it with somebody, that would be half of the $78. So if you want to split anything in this show, you can. You just have to comment sold chat. So that indicates to our little computer that you would like to tell us a message. Sold chat split, and then this item number. Sold chat split SCSP 393, for example. You do want to put spaces in between each word because it has to recognize each word as its own. Sold space chat space split space with the number you want to split. And if it's available, we'll send you an invoice and then you can check out for half a strand. I'll find you a partner. Then the next metal we have coming up is M531. Now, Jason, I know you like this one. This has been a classic. We've had this for over 20 years. It's a 5 millimeter beaded little bead. I'm going to hold it up close. This one is nice because the hole size fits probably up to, let me look. 18 gauge at least. And so when you have a hole that big, it gives you some flexibility in whatever you want to do. And then the last of the metals is M1060. This is with like a little bubbly cube. So that, let me just bring that here for you. M1060. It's like I think we showed this in the rhodium because we can't get that one anymore. So the rhodium no longer being done because the metal is too expensive. This is the brass oxide or the bronze oxide version. It has a brassy bronze look where it's brownish and goldish.
All 5 of these are not on the website.
Yeah, none of these are on the website, so he pulled them to show you. M1060, you get 10 pieces, and that little cube is 4 millimeters. Yep, 4 millimeters. Okay, now I'm going to move the metals because the camera wants to keep picking it up and taking away. But I'll bring them back at the end so that I can show you how good they look with all the colors of the brown ones. Now, this is the lightest of the browns. This is the 377, SCSP 377. It is a chubby rice. Okay, one moment. I'm going to zoom just a little bit for you guys. Here we go. Look at that color. It has a pinky, if anything, brown look to it. So it's like the lightest of cocos because you know how cocoa has a red in there? But this is, if you just imagine you took cocoa and you kept adding milk to it until you got this light color. Oh, let's call it milky latte. So that is $36. Love it. Its small sister here is SCSP 374. 374 is a smaller rice and it has more intense color. So this has like a peachy gold. Look at that. Looks nice on skin. You can see hints of golden green in there. Now, next up, just a shade darker, is SCSP 362. That is a chubby nugget. I like these. They are chunkalunka. It is 11 millimeters. And so you know what this means is that you don't need too many. If you wire wrap them as a bracelet, you could do earrings for sure. But look how stunning that would be just as a bracelet. You can string it on 0.014 soft touch.
Yep.
You can, oh my God. Basic wire wrap these.
Yes,
basic wire wrap these with gold wire.
I think we mentioned that in the speed run.
Yeah, that would look so elegant, delicious, rich. You know what these are? These are like chocolate candies that are just still have that nice glossy shine on them. So that is SCSP 362. If you do want to split it with somebody, let me know. The split price would be $38.50. So if you want to split this with someone, it'd be $38.50 each, and you guys would get 8 inches, which is way plenty to make a bracelet. So that's something we like to do in our shows when we are able, when we are monitoring it, where we can split strands. If they are available, we do give first priority to the full strand purchases, and then we split them in order thereafter. This is SCSP 360. SCSP 360. 360 is squished cookies.
Is that what you're calling them now?
Yes. It is nuggety. It is thinner, so it has a thinner profile. The colors again range from like a coppery, but this one, more so than any of the other browns, this has many moments of like almost a raspberry, but not dark. It looks like it's just dipped a little bit with a little bit of a hint of a raspberry color on some of the pieces. Speaking of which, there's only 2 left of this one.
Or it's 1.
or one full strand,
Mhm.
SCSP 390. SCSP 390. If somebody wants a full strand, you will get these two. That makes 15 inches. If you guys want to split it, well, we have 2 half strands available. 2 half strands available of SCSP 390. That would make them $19. This is a must. Now, again, if someone buys the whole strand, they will get priority. And then if you want a chance at it, because you only want a half, please put the split on there. And if they're available, we will, after the show, we will let you know. You're welcome to text us if you have questions, though. Now, it is a little late at night, so we might not get back to you tonight, but we'll definitely get back to you tomorrow. So Soul Chat split, and this one is, I'll show you the tag, SCSP 390. Look how nice these are. These are like, I love semi-round. Okay, now, not too many left. Here is a more golden brown. Let me move this. I'll just show you how that looks. So these have more red in it. This one has more yellow. This is SCSP 383, and it has a yellowy gold to it. It almost looks like green tourmaline, yeah, the way that the colors pull. If you have green tourmaline, that would look magnificent with these colors. They're tinier too. I'll put it on my wrist, and you can enjoy how tiny they are. Oh, wouldn't this be nice? That's like a multi-wrap.
Multi-wrap, yep. A lot of these 4 to 5 millimeter ones are really great for that. What do you got? That's a good one to show.
It's a little bit lighter. This looks like, remember the metal candies we used to get when we were younger? They were gold coins and inside was chocolate. It's kind of what that color reminds me of. It has an orange gold to it. So this is SCSP 357. SCSP 357 is like little M&Ms. I have one of these. I actually, of everything in the show, I think this is the one that I took to when we started, because I was like,
they're pretty.
I can see myself just wearing this plain, just simple, but then having it work with other colors, light and dark. Yeah. It's oddly, even though it's metallic, it has such a neutral tone to it. It's not pastel. It's not jewel tone like a dark one. So, and I like the price, $28. So if you want to half strand this with somebody, because you're like, oh, that is a great color, but I don't need a lot of it, go ahead and you can do a sold chat split today on this. Okay. Look, matching nugget. So you know what would be nice if you did that with that, and then you put, oh my gosh, some of this brass in between. That would be so nice. Let me see where my metals went. So you can see it with these colors now. Oh,
Contrast, yeah.
Look at that. Just a little bit of a darker bronzy, brassy color in between. That looks nice. So this big one is 364. That's the big nugget. The small nugget was 357. I'll just put that here so you can see that in case. And then while we're doing that, I'll leave those two up in case you like either of the pearls, and I'll show you what the clover looks like. And then I'll just go over the numbers on the metals one more time, because it looks so wonderful with these pearls. Okay, so the bubble cube was M1060. M1060 for the bubble cube. You get 10 pieces. Look how nice that is. Then we have the small nugget right here. This is M677. They're $1.75 a piece. Such a good match for either of these. M677. These look good with the dark browns too. Oh, I wish I showed you. I'm sorry I didn't. This is M1819. You get 7 pieces for $6. if you don't know which one to get of all the metals, I would say these two are just so good. This is the little baby clover M1062. Plus you get 50 pieces. 50 pieces for $6.50. And it's real gold plated. It's not gold color. It is gold plated over food grade pewter made in the USA, M1062. And then last but not least, we have the beaded spacer. And this is M531. M531, you get 10 pieces. I'll show you. It looks in between. 10 pieces for $5. So this is also a handy staple. Had that for years. These are the two pearls. So let me jump to this one, which looks like its sister. It's a little bit lighter yellow, SCSP 365.
It's a bright gold, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'll put it on my skin, okay? So you guys can see all three. You know I love yellow.
It's a good contrast.
I think I'll get one of each.
I think you might be able to. Unless they grab them all today. We'll see. We'll see.
Everyone's going to go to bed dreaming about pearls.
Maybe someone will split it with you.
Oh, yes. If anybody wants to split this with me, it $365 is $43 and it would be half off. So if you're wondering why this one is 43, right? And then its sister over here is 77, I think. I got to show you. You got to see how thick the nacre is on the more expensive one. Yeah. That always explains it. It's almost like if you look at the skin of this one, you can see the lumps and bumps, the dry spots, the areas where there isn't as much build up of
the nacre.
I was gonna say mucus, of the hardened mucus is what where we want in a pearl. So that's why this one is called thick and shiny. All of them are. And this, but you know what? I won't discriminate because I love the color of the baby yellow one. Okay, if you can take that for me, Jason. I have 2 more strands. This is $15. I like this one. CSP 359. It has a lemon lime to it. And then its little sister above here has a green, but look how cute these are together. So this is 359 and the top one is 358. Oh man, these are so pretty.
They're relatively the same shape, yeah?
They have a nice matchy-matchy going on.
They do. So you guys can use this as your, oh, I like that.
Oh, what if you crisscross in between it?
Or you can just do
one
into
then,
one.
Yeah.
And then 1 to 1, you know?
Or what if you did a 3-strand and this was the third one?
And the third strand? Yeah, you can do that.
So awesome. Now, do you guys want to see some combinations before we go? You in the mood to do a couple combinations, Jay, before we end this show? Because it was a short show.
You have 5 minutes, James.
Okay. So I like 358, 359 together.
That's a good one.
Let me see. I'm going to pull all my browns over. I can play with them. So how do you match pearls? Well, let me give you a clue. So these are yellow. These have green, okay? So first I'm going to see if there's any other pearls that have green in them. And then, wow, look how cute that is.
The yellow there is pretty nice.
Yeah. But this goldy one, it kind of fights with the green in here.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to move this to the side. And I will say, because she has some red in her, I'm going to pull out some reddish pearls to play with.
Sure.
So 358 and 359. 358 is the darker of the two. 359 is the more yellow of the nuggets.
Here.
And now we're going to show you the reddish pearls and how those look wonderful together. So the top one, the cherry, is 387.
I love that shape.
It's pretty. Then I'm going to put it next to 362 because she's got a bit of some red action going on. So kind of look for it. It's like almost like makeup. You want to look for that undertone to see. That almost works. Hold on.
Almost. A little blue.
It has a little bit too much blue in there,
Yeah.
like a teal color. Let's see about this. This is $3.93. Oh, that's nice. $3.93 looks good with that. Okay.
You got jewel tones. That's what they have in common, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Now, this has a reddish color in here too. So to make the reddish color work, I'm going to take the orange one out. I'm going to put the reddish one in. That is $3.77. And let me see if I can make that work. Take the orangey one out. I think that might have a little too much green in there.
It's tricky, yeah. That you can pull that one off.
Let's see. It's nice because I just want to show you, oh, I like it, what you could do with these pearls. So you have neutral, but it still has some color pop to it with that middle one. So I'll put these away before they go. $3.74 is the rice.
Okay.
$3.74.
Thank you.
If you like rice shapes, I think you'll like this.
Yeah.
This is, I love this one. The latte. The $3.77. Got a hint of color to that cream. And then the little cherries, $3.87. Jason likes these a lot.
I do, a lot. Reminds me of garnet, that's why.
Ah, yeah, yes. And you are a January garnet, baby. So I think in terms of, was there any other pearls? This is it. That's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
So these have a more goldy color in here. Gold and almost a teeny bit of green. So I'm going to see if I can get that back in here. I think these are just too dark. The hue is just too dark. So I'm going to move this away. And I'll keep these three because they are beautiful together.
Looking great.
So this bottom one is $3.57. It's SCSP 357. The one above it for $18 is $3.83. So we have a gold nugget. And then we have a brown potato. Oh, I like this. I know I said earlier I like the one with the pale yellow, but I'm kind of liking that. And then the top one is $3.64. And of course, you can make these work with all your other pearls for sure. You just look at their undertone. Do they have a pink undertone? Do they have a green? Do they look a little bit more yellow? Then look for that similar color in their friends around them. These two are pretty. So this, again, this is the last of $3.80. It might be gone by now, but I'm just going to show it to you because I can't check the computer. $3.80. Freshwater pearl. And this is pretty much, we're ending the show like tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, because today's Thursday. So Friday, we're going to do a pink and purple pearls, and that will be the last of it. $3.93 to end it. So thank you for enjoying. Thank you for coming. Wow, I did it under 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave you here. If you have questions about the brass beads, to text us. One other thing you can do in case you've never thought about it is screenshot. If you see something as the show goes on and you screenshot it, then you can text it to us. If you text it to us, we can see what you're talking about and Jason will answer. I think we're one of the few, oh my gosh, I have a company I'm working with right now and there's no way to contact them. Just email with one very generic email address, and I needed to change the size on something. And it just made me realize we are moving into a part of life where, we don't have the contact, we don't know the face, we don't know the person. So thank you for supporting small businesses. They are the heart of retail. They're the heart of shopping. I genuinely love it when I meet somebody who owns a store, works at the store, and is the face and the voice behind it. So Jason and I want to say thank you. And whenever you need something, you got us for sure. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Go to bed. Oh, should I go to bed a little bit more?